Okay, so this is quite the surprise because I did not expect the opportunity to test drive a Nissan Qashqai e-Power at this event. That's why this video is going to be even more impromptu and less prepared than usual. But in short, this is going to be an opportunity to sample what will power the next generation Rogue e-Power. So the 1.5 liter 3-cylinder engine, which will feed a battery. Anyhow, I'm going to tell you a lot more about that when I do get behind the wheel of this vehicle in the next few minutes. Okay, so here we are behind the wheel of the Qashqai e-Power, which when it does arrive in Canada, it will be known as, well, in our case, a Rogue Hybrid e-Power. So the powertrain itself, because I won't give you any driving impressions because sadly the Qashqai is no longer available in Canada, though it was a very popular model and it did quite well. So it's a 1.5 liter 3-cylinder engine, which provides power to a 2.1 kilowatt hour battery, which in turn provides power to a motor generator and all of that, which in turn drive the front wheels in this case. So far, after literally 2 minutes and about 48 seconds, the performance is quite nice. I mean, when the petrol powered, when the 0.5 liter engine does kick in, you do hear it. But the advantage to this setup, much like the unfortunately now gone Chevrolet Volt, is that there's never any hesitation or jerkiness between power delivery or sources of power, because the electric motor is not, the wheels are not driven by the petrol motor that is assisted by an electric motor that is fed by a battery. So it's always extremely linear. And for that, definitely is a huge bonus for the vehicle. I mean, in terms of refinement so far, very brief, again, the drive, it is perfectly adequate. Now, the question that we need to ask ourselves is, when the Rogue does arrive, will it have more power? Because it will be available standard with twin electric motors. The battery will be the same, the 1.5 liter engine will be the same as well. So we can easily expect more power. Now, in the Qashqai itself, the WLTP numbers is an equivalent to 4.5 liters per 100 kilometers with a total range of 1,200 kilometers. Now, I'm not entirely sure how we can convert that because this vehicle will not be offered as is in Canada. But I'm willing to bet that in real world testing, sub 5 liters per 100 kilometers seem very, very possible, depending on the driving conditions, of course, depending on the added weight that will be brought by the second motor in the Rogue, and the fact that the Rogue is bigger. I still believe that 5 liters, maybe up to 5.5 liters per 100 kilometers will be realistic. But the key here is not necessarily that it will be more efficient than, say, a Toyota hybrid, more that it'll be far more refined and more EV-like than a Toyota hybrid. If Nissan does it right, which I'm sure it will, this could be, I don't want to say game changer, but it could definitely be more of the future of hybrids than plug-in hybrids. I will readily admit that I knew what to expect with the e-Power technology, given that I've experienced it in other vehicles. The GM products, as I mentioned, the Volt, but after barely a half hour of driving the Qashqai e-Power, it is, in a word, refreshing. It is, in another word, very sophisticated compared to our typical parallel or even series hybrid systems. I think Nissan may have a serious winner here.